Hi, class.
Good
Good
evening,
evening,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening. How many you guys are there in this class? There are 20.
15.
15. Okay. Okay. Um, so, who is the host? I'm not able to share the screen over here.
Ma'am, you have to tell Vinay sir to give you the host. Then only you can share the screen.
Okay, he's there in this call.
No, ma'am, they used to inform him personally.
I need to text him personally. I see. Okay.
Miss,
Yes. Yes.
uh, there downloads there is a more option.
Okay.
You will click on that, then there is an option login as a host. So you can re-log in as a host here, and then you can share the screen.
Okay. Okay. Let me try this. इसमें मोर ऑप्शंस में जाके कहाँ जाना है?
Miss, I'll do it. I'll make you the host. Wait a minute.
ओके ओके।
No, Miss. We need something password, I guess, for that.
Okay. So what's the
Email
password for that? Do you
password.
have any
Yes.
idea?
No.
Oh, okay. So ठीक है, सर को पूछना पड़ेगा।
Ma'am, Vinay
हाँ,
sir
Miss.
will know.
No, no, he's not responding. Let me see. Apart from Vinay, sir, is there anyone else who has a host ID or a password?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, okay. So he's in other call, so I'm not able to contact him.
Ma'am, I have already texted him on WhatsApp.
Okay. Let's wait some more time. Thank you, sir. Hi, children. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So, we'll be continuing from the previous chapter, that is a sexual reproduction in flowering plants. In the first class, we saw about androecium. And we started with gynoecium, that is a female part of the flower, isn't it? So, what is gynoecium? It represents the female part of a flower. And it's a free unit of gynoecium is called as pistil or carpel. इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Pistil or carpel. It has pistil or carpel has stigma, style, and ovary. Pistil or carpel has three parts, that is stigma, style, and ovary. So stigma is what? Why stigma is there? It is a receptive part of the pistil which functions as a landing platform for pollen grains. Pollen grains जब male part of the flower छुट्टा है, when it bursts, so this will catch. Pollen grains is caught by this stigma of style, stigma of pistil. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And the next part is style. What is style? It is an elongated, slender part beneath the stigma that connects the stigma and the ovary. That connects the stigma and the ovary. Style which connects stigma and ovary. What is ovary? It is a basal bulged part of. It is a basal bulged part inside the ovary. Okay. And there are types. There are single pistil that is called as monocarpellary or more than one pistil multicarpellary. एक है तो मोनोकार्पलरी, अगर मल्टीपल्स है तो ऐसे ही 2 3 4 5 है तो मल्टीकार्पलरी बोलते हैं. And in multicarpellary, the pistils may be fused together. Pistils मतलब fuse जुड़ा हुआ रहेगा तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं, syncarpus. और जो फ्री अलग अलग है उसको क्या बोलते हैं, अपोकार्पस. ठीक है, syncarpus का एग्जाम्पल है पप्पावीर. Syncarpus का एग्जाम्पल है पप्पावीर, that is this. And apocarpus where the pistils are free. ये देखो एक एक, it is free. See एक एक, 1 2 3. See how many are there? These carpels are, these pistils are free. They are not fused. Whereas over here everything is fused. The pistils are fused together. Understanding? So next, क्या था? Structure of a flower. That is the stigma, style, and ovary. Pistil has 3 parts: stigma, style, and ovary. This is the female part, and these छोटे छोटे ये जो है एंथर और फिलामेंट है वो क्या है, मेल पार्ट. स्टेमन बुलाते हैं. टुगेदर एंथर एंड फिलामेंट, it is stamen. Stamen has 2 parts, that is anther and filament. What is that? Stamen क्या है? Androecium है. That is a male part of a flower. So inside the ovary. So now we talk about this thing, the bulged part. Inside the ovary is the ovarian locule. तो cavity है. एक cavity जैसा है ovary के अंदर. उसके in which placenta is located. वो वैक्यूल में एक प्लेजेंटा है. एंड प्लेजेंटा से क्या अराइज हो रहा है, ओव्यूल्स अराइज हो रहे हैं. प्लेजेंटा से क्या अराइज हो रहा है, ओव्यूल्स. सो ओव्यूल्स आर आल्सो कॉल्ड एज मेगास्पोरेंजिया. ओव्यूल्स आर आल्सो कॉल्ड एज मेगास्पोरेंजिया. ओवरी के अंदर क्या था, एक ओवेरियन कैविटी और लोक्यूल. एक ओवरी के अंदर लोक्यूल है, उसके अंदर प्लेजेंटा है, और प्लेजेंटा के अंदर क्या है, there are ovules or megasporangia. ठीक है, the number of ovules in an ovary may be 1 or many. जो ovules 1 है वो क्या क्या है, एग्जाम्पल wheat है, paddy है, mango है. और many ovules किस किस में है, papaya, watermelon. उनके बीज कितने हैं, think of their seeds. Papaya has many seeds. Similarly for watermelon, orchids. Whereas you see for mango, just one single seed. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, now we are going to talk about structure of ovule or megasporangium. Okay. So, last time we saw this. We'll revise it again. हम कैसे revise करेंगे? I'll show you. This is structure of ovary. ठीक है. पहला एम्ब्रॉय सैक है. दिस इज ओवरी. आउटर कवरिंग इज ओवरी. ओवरी के अंदर है ओव्यूल. ठीक है. ओव्यूल के अंदर है बहुत सारे लाइंस है, सर्कुलर थिंग्स आर देयर, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज इंटेगुमेंट्स. ओके. इसके अंदर द एम्ब्रॉय सैक और इंटेगुमेंट्स के बीच, दैट मींस द एम्ब्रॉय सैक इज कवर्ड विद another layer that is called as nucellus, which is used as a food reservoir. Embryos को food देने वाला है the nucellus. I have not mentioned it here. However, I will be telling it. So उसके अंदर है embryo sac. And embryo sac, do you think it is lying like this? ये ovary है, उसके अंदर embryo sac है. No, it is attached via something. That something, एक डंडा यहाँ है. That something is called as funicle. ये जो डंडा है that is called as funicle. And वो डंडा directly attached नहीं है. It is not straight. See here I have written it little straight, which is not supposed to be straight. थोड़ा सा angular motion में जाना चाहिए. ठीक है. So it forms like this. ऐसे जाके ऐसा है. It is not straight. Cut to cut नहीं है. ऐसा जाके यहाँ से एक deviation है. So this deviation is called as raphe. R-A-P-H-E, raphe. एक डंडा है that is called as funicle, और थोड़ा सा deviation है, उसको क्या बोलते हैं, raphe. And because of that deviation an angle is produced. थोड़ा सा deviation है तो angle is produced, right? और वो angle को क्या बोलते हैं, helium. Hilium, helium. Okay. And here there are 2 points, micropyle and chalaza. Micropyle point हमेशा open रहते हैं. I have not erased this part. ठीक है, I'm supposed to erase this part. I should show an opening over here. Why? Because the pollen tube is supposed to attach from here. A pollen tube attach होंगे तो क्या होता है? The pollen grain, the male gametes will be able to enter through micropyle and get inside the embryo sac for further what? Fertilization, isn't it? Fertilization के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं ना हम. So I'm supposed to erase this small part for micropyle. So here there is an opening in micropyle, and what is opposite to micropyle? The opposite area, the opposite region to micropyle is called as chalaza. Okay, so we'll come here. Ovule is attached to the placenta by a stalk called as funicle. The junction between the body of ovule and funicle is called helium. ये जो angle, the angle formation, the junction is called as helium. And the small deviation, जो ऐसा small छोटा सा deviation को क्या बोलते हैं, raphe, R-A-P-H-E. Each ovule has 1 or 2 protective envelopes that is called as integuments, except at the tip where a small opening micropyle is present. Except this area, बाकी सब area में integuments, it is covered by integuments. This is a proper opening. ठीक है. And opposite to micropylar end is a chalaza or basal point. Understanding? Are you able to understand this embryo? The embryo, the ovule.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So enclosed within the integuments, there is a mass of cells called as nucellus. I said I have not drawn that in this figure, but between embryo sac and integuments, there is a small covering or envelope that is called as nucellus. ठीक है, nucellus, inner integument, outer integument, उसके अंदर एक nucellus करके एक part है और nucellus के अंदर है embryo sac. So inside the nucleus is the embryo sac, which is also called as female gametophyte. Embryo sac को we call it as a female gametophyte. We learned something else also, right? Some other name. What was that? Ovules को क्या बोलते हैं? Megasporangia. Other name for ovules, megasporangia. Other name for embryo sac, female gametophyte. ठीक है. And ovule generally. And what this nucellus does, it is the food reservoir. It is the one who makes food and stores food. For whom? For embryo sac. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So an
Yes,
ovule,
ma'am.
yeah. An ovule generally has a single embryo sac formed from a megaspore. Ovule will only have one embryo sac, which is formed from a megaspore. Structure of a flower. This is what we are learning. It is a formation of megaspores from megaspore mother cell, which is called as MMC. Ovules generally differentiate a single MMC in the micropylar region of the nucellus. It is a large cell containing dense cytoplasm and prominent nucleus. MMC undergoes meiosis to produce 4 megaspores. What is MMC? Mega mother cell. Okay, mega mother cell is always a diploid. Diploid मतलब 2n. 2n मतलब MMC मतलब 2n. ठीक है. And this undergoes meiosis. And after meiosis, it forms 4 cells. ठीक है. See MMC, which is a diploid, and diploid मतलब 2n, and this undergoes megaspore mother cell undergoes meiosis, and it forms linear tetrad. मतलब it forms 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 दिख रहे हैं, and which is in a straight line. मतलब linear. So tetrad मतलब 4. So this is called as linear tetrad. Then इसमें से microphylar end में it starts degenerating from here 1, 2, 3. It starts to degenerate. तो वो cancel out हो गया. And then towards the chalazal end there will be one pending. तो वो जो है वो end जो है that is functional. And बाकी के जो 3 है that got degenerated. And this end, ये जो है end, ठीक है, इसमें सिर्फ एक ही बचा, बाकी 3 degenerate हो गए, and जो बचा है that is one end. This one end will undergo mitosis. पहले क्या था? Meiosis. ठीक है, MMC undergoes meiosis, which forms a linear tetrad. Then after that, we get only single end, which undergoes mitosis number 1. Mitosis 1. Mitosis होने के बाद क्या होता है? It will form identical 2 daughter cells, that is N and N, 2N. And again it undergoes mitosis 2. It forms 4N. And again it undergoes mitosis 3. And it forms 4N towards the upper side and 4N towards the bottom side. और यहाँ क्या होता है? एक N ऊपर से एक न्यूक्लिया बीच में आता है और नीचे से एक न्यूक्लिया बीच में आता है. ऊपर से और नीचे से एक एक करके बीच में आते हैं. And from here अभी बचा कितना? 2 बीच में आ गए, 2 बीच में आ गए, और ऊपर कितना हुआ? 3. 1, 2, 3. और नीचे कितना हुआ? 3. 1, 2, 3. सो ऊपर के 3 को क्या बोलते हैं? एंटीपोडल. चैलासल एरिया में जो ऊपर के 3 एंड को क्या बोलते हैं? एंटीपोडल. ठीक है. ऊपर सेल्स towards the chalazial end is called as antipodal, and the cells within this area which is there in the center is called as 2N. And towards the bottom, one is called as egg, and बाकी के जो है उसके egg के आजू बाजू में एक, so it is like a finger like structure. ठीक है, एक finger like structure है. finger like structure को क्रिया बोलते हैं और उसके ऊपर के पार्ट को synergids बोलते हैं. ठीक है. Similarly, towards the next side, egg के आजू बाजू में finger like structure है. ऊपर के पार्ट इस कॉल्ड एज synergids and नीचे के पार्ट finger like area है, इसको fimbrial कहते हैं. That is filiform apparatus भी बोलते हैं. What they do, they will release certain chemicals that is called as chemotaxis. Chemo मतलब chemical, taxi मतलब क्या होता है? Movement. Okay, taxi काय के लिए होता है? Here in, for automation purpose, taxi is used for movement only, right? So similarly over here, chemotaxis मतलब chemical producing cell. So they will release some chemicals and they will attract pollen tube. This part is which is in orange color is pollen tube. ठीक है. So ये जो दो है, what is this? These are male gametes. So this is what is this? We are talking about female part, and these two are male part. Male part when they enters, male gametes when they enter, that site is called as syphenogamy. And when these male parts come towards the micropylar end of the pollen, so the micropylar end, it is called as porogamy. Okay. And ये इसमें this is what? It was monosporic. Initially it was monosporic and later on it became 7-celled 8-nucleated cell. That means 7 cells same agar it has 8 nucleus. 7 cells कैसे 1, 2, 3. ये 4th one में 2 nucleus है. 5, 6, 7. It became 7-celled and 8 nucleated. 8 nucleated why? यहाँ 7 है. And जो 4th one में 2 है, that is 2 nucleus, right? It became 8. So from monosporic, it became 7-celled 8-nucleated cell. What? We are talking about female gametophytes. Correct? Monosporic मतलब 1 spore, एक spore में, तो एक gamete से it became female part became 7-celled or 8-nucleated cells. And this term was coined by S.G. Navaschin. This term was coined by S.G. Navaschin. Now we will read how it goes. Formation of female gametophyte or embryo sac. Female gametophyte is also called as embryo sac. In majority of flowering plants, one megaspore is functional while the other 3 are degenerate. I said MMC, that is megaspore mother cell, is a diploid which has 2 ends. This always, diploid will always undergo meiosis. And if it undergo meiosis, it will have 4 cells. उसमें से 3 degenerate है और 1 functional है. So here it is saying one megaspore is functional while the other 3 are degenerate. The functional megaspore develops into female gametophyte. आ गया हमारा डायग्राम. हाँ, जो फंक्शन है chalazial part में जो बचा हुआ है that is functional, and this will later form into a female gametophyte. This is what they are saying. The embryo sac formation from a single megaspore is monosporic development. ठीक है, from monosporic it became 7-cell 8-nucleated. ठीक है. And further, they are saying the nucleus of the functional megaspore divides mitotically to form 2 nuclei. They move to opposite poles, forming 2 nucleate embryo sac. Mitotically. See from here, mitosis 1. Mitosis through mitosis 1, it became 2 nucleated. One end ऊपर, दूसरा end नीचे. The nuclei again divide 2 times, forming 4 nucleate and then 8 nucleate stages of the embryo sac. These divisions are free, that is, nuclear divisions are not followed immediately by cell wall formation. Okay, it became 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again, mitosis 3 happened. Then it became 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. And after the 8 nucleate stage, cell walls are laid down, leading to the organization of typical female gametophyte. 6 of the 8 nuclei are surrounded by cell walls and organized into cells. Remaining 2 nuclei, that is polar nuclei, are situated below the egg apparatus in the large central wall. वो क्या था, वो जो 2 nuclei बीच में था, polar nuclei, that is this. बीच में 2 आ गए ना, ऊपर से एक बीच में आया, नीचे से एक बीच में आया. This is what they are talking about. And a typical mature embryo sac is 8 nucleate and 7 celled. Monosporic say it became mature embryo sac which is 8 nucleate and 7 celled. This is what I explained. From monosporic it became 7 celled. 7 cell है मगर 8 nucleus है. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
3 cells are grouped at the micropylar end and form egg apparatus. It consists of 2 synergids and 1 egg cell. Where it is, ये egg cell है, synergids क्या है, ये है finger-like structure. Synergids have special cellular thickenings at the micropylar tip called filiform apparatus. It helps to guide the pollen tubes into the synergid. Synergids have a filiform apparatus, that is a finger-like apparatus, which releases some chemical thing to attract or to guide what? Pollen tube. ये जो है pollen tube है. Pollen tube किसके लिए है? For male gametes to enter through what? Micropylar end. Okay. And it helps to guide the pollen tube. What? Synergids have special techniques at the micropylar tip called as filiform apparatus. It helps to guide the pollen tube into the synergy. What is guide? Guide मतलब वो जो chemicals release करना इसको ही बोलते हैं guide करना. Okay. It helps to guide the pollen tubes into the synergid. 3 cells at the chalazal end are called antipodals. The large central cell has 2 polar nuclei. So they are saying about chalazal end में antipodals है. 3 जो cells है, they are called as antipodals, and central cell has 2 polar nuclei. That means chalazal end C. ये towards ये 3 antipodals है C. ठीक है. And they are saying in the porous central area there is those 2 nucleus or nucleated cell is called as polar nuclei. Understood till here? Do you want me to repeat again?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. So ये diagram में क्या बोल रहे हो लोग? This diagram, they're talking about MMC. What is MMC? Megaspore mother cell. Megaspore mother cell is always diploid. Diploid म्हणजे 2N. And always a diploid cell will undergo meiosis. ठीक है? Diploid cell, it is a compulsory thing. Diploid will undergo meiosis. Meiosis है तो क्या होएगा? It will have 4 cells, and that is this. ठीक है? MMC, which is diploid, which has 2N. This will undergo what? Meiosis, and it will form into linear tetrad. इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Linear. I forgot to write here. Linear tetrad. ठीक है? This is called as linear tetrad. Linear मतलब straight, tetrad मतलब 4. और chalazal और micropylar, towards the micropylar end, ऊपर से 3 तक, it is 1, 2, 3. They are degenerative. They are degenerated. They are cancelled off. And the 4th one towards the chalazal point. See, you know micropylar chalazal. कैसा है chalazal point? Embryo ये ओवरी का के बारे में हम पढ़ रहे हैं, ठीक है। सो दिस इज द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ फीमेल गैमेटोफाइट्स में, ठीक है। और जो तीन फर्स्ट माइक्रोफाइलर एंड में जो नीचे के तीन डीजेनरेटिव हो गए, कैंसिल आउट हो गए, बचा क्या? फोर्थ वन। जो फोर्थ वन है दैट इज दिस सिंगल न्यूक्लियस एन। दिस विल अंडरगो माइटोसिस, वो भी M1 M2 M3। इसके पहले क्या था? मियोसिस, इसके बाद माइटोसिस। तो माइटोसिस में कैसा है? माइटोसिस में दो एन आई, ऊपर एक आइडेंटिकल डॉटर्स है। माइटोसिस में क्या प्रोड्यूस होता है? आइडेंटिकल डॉटर्स है, ठीक है। और मियोसिस में क्या प्रोड्यूस होता है? सेक्स क्रोमोसोम, वन फ्रॉम ईच पेरेंट वी गेट, ठीक है। माइटोसिस में आइडेंटिकल डॉटर्स है, ऊपर एक एन नीचे एक एन। तो माइटोसिस 1, through mitosis n became 2n, and mitosis 2 में after mitosis 2 it became 4n, ऊपर 2n नीचे 2n, and after mitosis 3 it became 8n, ऊपर 4 और नीचे 4, became 8 cell, 8 nucleus, sorry 8 nucleus it has, ठीक है। and इसके बाद ऊपर से एक नीचे बीच में आ गया और नीचे से एक बीच में आ गया, और ऊपर कितना बचा? 3 है कि नहीं? और नीचे कितना बचा? 3, और बीच में कितना है? 2। सेम, ऊपर कितना है? 3, बीच में 2, नीचे कितना है? 3, isn't it? It is still 8। एंड और जो ऊपर के 3 को क्या बोलते हैं? एंटीपोडल। और ऊपर के 3 को क्या बोलते हैं? एंटीपोडल। दैट इज टुवर्ड्स द सीड, चलाजल एंड के एरिया में जो सेल्स है उसको क्या बोलते हैं? एंटीपोडल। और माइक्रोपाइलर एंड में एग है, एंड देयर आर 2 synergids, and it has a finger like structure which helps to guide the pollen tube. And guide the pollen tube means what? To give, to release some chemical thing to guide the pollen tube. The synergids will have filiform apparatus which releases some chemical agent in order to guide this pollen tube, ठीक है। And this pollen tube में जब मेल गैमेट्स आते हैं उसको क्या बोलते हैं? साइफेनोगैमेट। And when the male gametes come towards a micropylar end, it is called as sporogamy. This is for extra knowledge what I have written here. Okay. And here from this diagram, what we conclude, the female gametophyte which was monosporic in nature, it became 7-celled 8-nucleated cell. 7 cell कैसे? ऊपर के 3, नीचे के 3 6, और बीच का एक सेल है दैट इज 7 सेल, और बीच का सेल में कितना न्यूक्लियस है? 2। सो इट बिकेम 8 न्यूक्लियस and 7 cell, and this term was coined by S.G. Navaschip. This term was coined by S.G. Navaschip. Understood? You want me to repeat again?
No, ma'am.
No, right? Great. We'll move ahead. Yeah, now we'll talk about types of ovules. Ovules क्या था by the way? क्या पढ़ते? What are we learning? Ovules क्या था? ओवरी के अंदर जो एक पार्ट है that is called as ovule. ठीक है? And types of ovules. So types of ovule, when the microphylla, the chalazal, and F means funicle. When microphylla, chalazal, and funicle are in a straight line, or one single line, it is called as orthotropous. ठीक है? It has 180 degree. अभी सब straight line में है तो कैसा क्या हुआ? 180, right? So it is orthotropous. कैसे याद रखेंगे? We go to dentist. We go to ortho person. Ortho person मतलब what is ortho? Orthodontist. Who is, what do they do? Chalo, tell me.
And doctors when we go for some bone doctor.
Correct, very correct. So what, they correct the bones, they make everything correct. So ortho मतलब इसको correct करना, मतलब straight line में है. Ortho is equal to straight line. That is orthotropous. When micropylar, chalazal, and funicle are in a straight line, it is called as orthotropous. Okay, this is one type of ovule. Second type of ovule is hemitropous. Hemitropous, which means this is ortho मतलब 180, इसका आधा क्या 90 डिग्री में जो है, that is called as hemitropous. ठीक है? When micropylar end is this side, chalazal ये है और funicle ऐसा है. This is 90 degree, है कि नहीं? ऐसा 90 degree. ऑर्थो मतलब माइक्रोपाइलर एंड ऊपर. ठीक है? ये this will be either this side or this side to make a 90 degree. ऐसा नहीं तो ऐसा. That is hemitropous, 90 degree. ऑर्थो मतलब 180 degree. हेमी मतलब 90 degree. Third type of ovule is anatropous. Anatropous is directly नीचे. जो माइक्रोपाइलर एंड है वो नीचे है. ये माइक्रोपाइलर एंड means this side, either left or right. Ortho मतलब ऊपर. Micropylar end will be towards the upper side. Okay, and anatropous मतलब micropylar end is in the bottom. It is like a cashew form. Cashew nut कैसा है? Though my diagram is so bad and pathetic, do understand, okay? And the fourth type of ovule is amphitropous. Amphitropous में why it is called as amphi? मतलब both embryo sac and the cell outer covering is on the same side or in the same direction. It is called as amphitropous. ठीक है? And the fifth type is circinotropous. Circinotropous में it is like in a circular motion. ये देखो, circular motion में ऐसे ऐसे घूमते घूमते it is like a circle. It is forming a circle. That is why it is called as circinotropous. And the sixth type of ovule is campytropous. Campytropous क्यों कहलाते हैं? Because the micropylar is like a diagonal जैसा है, and chalazal is towards up. Chalazal is towards up and micropylar is towards down. It's not down, but it's towards down, and it forms a certain angle. That is called as amphitropous. Understood? You want me to repeat again types of ovules?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, types of ovules. Ovules में क्या क्या है? Orthotropous, anatropous, hemitropous, hemianatropous, campylotropous, amphitropous and circinotropous है. ठीक है, 6 टाइप है. ऑर्थो मतलब क्या? 180. ऑर्थो मतलब 180. माइक्रोपाइलर एंड, chalazal end and funicle जो है वो सब स्ट्रेट लाइन में. स्ट्रेट लाइन मतलब क्या? इट फॉर्म्स अ 180 डिग्री एंगल. ठीक है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज ऑर्थोट्रोपस. ठीक है, माइक्रोपाइलर एंड इज टुवर्ड्स द अपर एरिया. सेकंड इज हेमिट्रोपस. हेमिट्रोपस फॉर्म्स हेमिस्फीयर. कैसा है? इट फॉर्म्स अ 90 डिग्री. माइक्रोपाइलर एंड इज टुवर्ड्स द either right or left, and chalazal is the opposite, and funicle will be exactly 90 degree. This is hemitropous. Okay, and the third type of ovule where the micropylar end is down, that is called as anatropous. And fourth type of ovule is amphitropous. Amphi matlab, I will say amphibian, where it can live in water and land. Similarly, जब दो चीज एक side में है, when the embryo sac and its outer covering is on the same side, we call it as amphitropous. And the fifth one is circinotropous, where it is like a circular motion. It is like a coil. That is called as circinotropous. Ortho, all are in straight line. Hemi, either it can be this side or it can be micropylar end is in this side. Opening can be in this side or it can be over here, left or right. But its funicle will be down. That is hemitropous, hemianatropous, and anatropous is what? When the micropylar end is down. Ye dekho, this end is down. And amphitropous matlab when see this is the embryo sac which is in gray and white in color. That is embryo sac and its outer covering and baki jo cheeze hai, they and the embryo sac along with the embryo sac, they are in the same direction. That is amphitropous. They can be in any direction. Okay, but when both are in any direction, be it left, right, top, bottom, when both comes in the same direction, be it left, right, up, down, that is called as amphitropous, when both are coming in same direction. ठीक है, amphi मतलब दो चीज same direction में. And circinotropous is when they are in circular or coil shape. Circular में ऐसे ऐसे घूमते 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 अंदर तक जाएगा. It is like a snail. And sixth one is camphitropous, which is where you can say micropylar end is not exactly down, but it is towards down, but forming a diagonal shape, and the chalazal point, the basal part, is on the top. You know, if M is over here, C will be towards the opposite. That means it forms a diagonal thing. Okay, so this is camphitropous. These are what? What are we learning? These are what types of ovules. ठीक है? Simple enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Next, we go to pollination. We said about female structures and the formation and development of female gametophytes. Now we'll talk about pollination. Pollination is what? It's a transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of a pistil. मतलब क्या? Anther मतलब क्या? Stigma मतलब क्या? Anther मतलब it's a male part. Anther से क्या निकलता है? Pollen grains निकलता है. Take it. Anther से pollen grains निकलते हैं and then it transfers to the stigma of pistil. मतलब female part. When the male part goes and attaches to the female part is called as pollination. As simple as that. It is a transfer of pollen grains from where? From anther to the stigma of pistil is called as pollination. Then what? Pollination types. There are types of pollination. First one is self-pollination and second one is cross-pollination. Self-pollination.
Ma'am, your voice is going.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So pollination में different types हैं. Different types में क्या है? One is self-pollination, other is cross-pollination. Self-pollination के अंदर क्या है? Autogamy है, Geatonogamy है. Okay. And autogamy के अंदर क्या है? Chasmogamy and Chastogamous. ठीक है. and cross pollination में सिर्फ एक ही type है, that is xenogamy. Okay, we'll learn each in detail. There is nothing much, but थोड़े-थोड़े छोटे-छोटे points हैं. Okay. So self pollination के अंदर autogamy, geitonogamy है, और autogamy के अंदर chasmogamy and chastogamy, and the last one is the cross pollination. That is xenogamy. So based on the source of the pollen, pollination are of 3 types. Pollen के हिसाब से pollination are of 3 types. Autogamy मतलब self pollination, geitonogamy मतलब क्या है? Geitonogamy आप पिक्चर देखो, ये this is A, this is B and this is C. Third one is xenogamy. So what is geitonogamy? Just a guess, a wild guess.
The male gamete and the female gamete are from different flowers,
Okay.
but from the same type of flower.
Okay. Any other answer? Endogamy is what? Transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of another flower of the same plant. You're somewhere correct. Okay. So autogamy, self-pollination means what? Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower. Same flower में male और female हो सकता है ना? तो if एक ही flower में male और female है, so the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower is called as autogamy. A देखो, A में क्या है? एक ही flower में it is showing direction from anther to the stigma. It is A. And second, B we'll see. Geitonogamy में क्या है? Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of another flower of the same plant. Understood? B. Same plant. Plant तो same ही है. See, this plant is same, but इसका pollen grains from anther. ये flower के anther to the stigma. Pollen grains of this anther will transfer to the another flower of the same plant. This anther, male part of this flower will transfer it to the stigma of this plant. This flower of the same plant. Plant तो एक ही है मगर flower different है. Flower different है. Same plant में दूसरे flower में जा रहा है तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Geitonogamy. And third is what? Third is xenogamy. Xenogamy is the cross-pollination. This is a self-pollination. A and B is what? Self-pollination के अंदर आता है. A and B, that is autogamy and geitonogamy. And C is transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of genetically different plant. ये एक plant है, ये दूसरा plant है. So, ये जो anther यहाँ से stigma के ऊपर जाएगा. From one plant to another plant, different plant. That is called as xenogamy. And this is called as cross-pollination. What? Just the C. सिर्फ C ही cross-pollination बोलते हैं. Autogamy and geitonogamy is comes under what? Self-pollination. क्योंकि same plant है. Same plant है. A में क्या है? ये एक ही flower में male और female होते हैं. Male जब female के ऊपर जाता है, that is called as autogamy. जब एक ही plant में दो flowers है और इसका pollen grain जब दूसरे flower of the same plant जाता है तो geitonogamy बोलते हैं. And when there is two completely different plants and the male pollen grains from this anther transfer to another plant of a different plant, the flower different plant, that is called as xenogamy. As simple as that. Easy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, great. So it is the transfer. So you understood the concept, but it is very important to transfer it on your paper. When you understand the concept, it is very important to write high five words in your exam paper. So let's see those high five words. It is a transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower. Autogamy, transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower. In flowers with exposed anthers and stigma, complete autogamy is rare. Autogamy in such flowers requires synchrony in pollen release and stigma receptor. Also, anthers and stigma should be close to each other. Then only autogamy happens. Okay. Autogamy में examples क्या क्या है? Plants like viola, इसको commonly known as pansy, oxalis. They are the examples of autogamy. Okay. And autogamy में इसके अंदर दो types है, that is chasmogamous flowers and cleistogamous flowers. We said self-pollination, types of pollination with self-pollination, cross-pollination. Cross-pollination में सिर्फ xenogamy. Self-pollination में autogamy and geitonogamy. और autogamy में के अंदर chasmogamy and cleistomogamy. So this is what we are seeing. And yeah, so chasmogamous flowers, they are similar to flowers of another species with exposed anthers and stigma. They are similar to flowers of another species with exposed anthers and stigma. That is called as chasmogamous flower. And cleistogamous flower mein, they are not open always. They do not open at all. They have exposed, matlab free hai. Their anthers and stigma are free, exposed. It is free. खुले खुले है. इसके क्या है? They don't open at all. Anthers and stigma lie close to each other. They are autogamous. When anthers dehisces, मतलब फटना, burst होना. In the flower bud, pollen grains come in contact with the stigma for pollination. Cleistogamous flowers produce assured seed set even in the absence of pollinators. Cleistogamy leads to inbreeding depression. Okay. So, what example should I give for this? This is just one example. Like this is a specific example. Their anthers and stigma are open. Chasmogamous mein anthers and stigma are open. You can say. Over here, it is a closed one. It doesn't open at all. They lie close to each other, and they're autogamous. Cleistogamous flowers are autogamous. Autogamous के अंदर है ना cleistogamous and chasmogamous. So when the anthers burst in the flower bud, pollen grains come in contact with the stigma for pollination. We can say ये अच्छे बच्चे लोग हैं. Cleistogamous is, they don't go in wrong direction. They are not that open, reserved category. You can say, you can differentiate like that. They are reserved category. They are like, first study and then you enjoy, like that kind of, you can say, example. And chasmogamous is what? They are like exposed, they are free, what you say, reserved and extrovert. Chasmogamous is extrovert, you can say, and cleistogamous is introvert. Thoda sa shy hai, like that you can differentiate. So cleistogamous flowers produce assured seed set. अच्छे बच्चे हैं ना, cleistogamous मतलब reserved है, shy है. So they produce assured seed set. They produce good result even in the absence of pollinators. Cleistogamy lead to inbreeding depression. Inbreeding depression मतलब they don't ऑलवेज मतलब हमें ऑटोगेमी है, इट इज ऑलवेज सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन. सो सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन कर करके वो लोग डिप्रेस्ड हो गए. The next type is geotonogamy. It is a transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of another flower of the same flower. Another पहले क्या था ऑटोगैमी में क्या था सेम फ्लावर में क्या हो रहा था क्या ट्रांसफर हो रहे थे पोलन ग्रेन्स ट्रांसफर एंथर टू द स्टिग्मा ऑफ द same flower of the same plant. Here another flower of the same plant. It is functionally cross-pollination involving a pollinating agent. It is genetically similar to autogamy since the pollen grains come from the same plant. The pollen grains come from the same plant. It is called as autogamy. It is actually a cross-pollination, but the pollen grains come from the same plant. That is why it is under the autogamy category. लेकिन ये autogamy के अंदर है ना. So the third one is xenogamy. Xenogamy is completely different. That is, it cross-pollinates. It is a transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the different plant. It is like when you keep a money in your left pocket or right pocket, it is going to be same. So this is you. This is you. You keep your money in the left or the right pocket. Eventually, you will only get the money, isn't it? When you give your money to someone else, will you get the benefit of it? No, right? This is what the xenogamy means. Okay. It brings genetically different pollen grains to the stigma. And how they bring? See, either it can be naturally or through wind or through water or through birds or insects. ये यहाँ से यहाँ कैसे जाएगा? It needs something, right? Some driving force, right? What is the driving force? It can be through water, through wind, or through insects or small birds. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Okay. So agents of pollination we are going to talk. So ये कैसे जाएंगे? ये जो cross pollination कैसे होएगा? It is through some agents. Those agents can be abiotic agents or biotic agents. Abiotic मतलब wind and water, where living organisms are not involved. Abiotic. Biotic में क्या क्या आते हैं? Insects है, birds है, bats है, everything is there. ठीक है. So abiotic में first we'll learn about wind. Pollination by wind is called as anemophily. Pollination by agents of pollination. First we'll talk about wind, how it gets cross-pollinated. Pollination by wind is called as anemophily, more common abiotic agent. Wind pollinated flowers often have a single ovule in each ovary and numerous flowers packed into an inflorescence. Example है concord and some grasses. ठीक है. So the corn cob में क्या है? The tassels are the stigma and style which wave in the wind to trap the pollen grains. Wind pollination is quite common in possess well exposed stamens. Are you able to hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. They often possess well exposed stamens for easy dispersion of pollen grains into the wind currents. Large and feathery stigma trap airborne pollen grains. तो क्या बोल रहे हैं? They will expose. So pollen grains are light and non-sticky. Pollen grains मतलब एंथर से जो burst होके आता है, वो जो burst हुए चीजें हैं, they are light and non-sticky. So they produce a large amount of pollen. And the second point, they are light in weight and non-sticky. And the third adjective for them is they are well exposed stamens for dispersion of pollen into the according to the wind currents. And regarding stigma, large and feathery stigma to trap airborne pollen grains. ठीक है, feathery and large stigma रहते हैं to for what? To trap these lightweight, non-sticky, pollen grains from the wind. And this is what we talked about. The ages of pollination we said about wind. Wind को क्या बोलते हैं? Pollination by wind is called as anemophily. इसके examples है corn cob and some grasses. And the second abiotic agent is water. Water को क्या बोलते हैं? Pollination by water is called as hydrophily. It is quite rare. It is limited to 30 genera, mostly monocotyledons. इसके examples क्या है? Vallisneria and Hydrilla, fresh water में, and Zostera, sea grasses है. In lower plants, water is regular mode of transport for male gametes. Distribution of some bryophytes and pteridophytes is limited because they need water for transport of male gametes and fertilization. You must have learned pteridophytes and bryophytes. They were in 11th standard. Okay. So in Vallisneria, examples क्या है water का? Vallisneria. ठीक है. So we'll talk about Vallisneria. In Vallisneria, the female flower reaches the surface of the water. ठीक है. This is a Vallisneria, male and female plant. The female part reaches the surface of the water by a long stalk. ये जो क्या है? ये जो बड़ा चीज है, जो the long thing, the leaf-like thing is stalk. And the male flowers or pollen grains are released on the surface of the water. This is male flower and this is female flower. और female flower ऊपर तक पहुंच जाते हैं and male flowers or pollen grains जो है, they are released by the male flower on the top of the water. They are carried by water currents and reach the female flower. That means Vallisneria में female flowers जो है ऊपर तक पहुंचते हैं and जो male flowers जो है, so उनके pollen grains पानी में ऊपर surface of the water में रहते हैं. And when the female is taller, right, the female is taller than the male flower in this case, so they attract what? The pollen grains which are there in the water surface. And the second example is sea grasses. Sea grasses में female flowers remain submerged. Vallisneria में male is taller and female is taller and male is shorter. In sea grasses, female flowers remain submerged in water. Pollen grains are long and remain long. इसमें उल्टा है. Female flower short है sea grass में and male is taller. Pollen grains are long and ribbon-like structure. In sea grasses, they are carried inside the water and reach the stigma. Okay. Vallisneria में female flower is taller and it gets the pollen grains from the surface of the water where male flower release its pollen grains. Whereas in sea grasses, male is taller and female flowers remain submerged in water. Okay, and they are carried inside the water and reach the stigma. Is like Vallisneria and sea grasses. Example of what? Abiotic agent, water. Okay. And we talked about wind, anemophily. उसका example क्या है? Corn cob and some grasses. इसका sea grass, water का क्या है? Sea grass and Vallisneria. So क्या बोलते हैं? हाइड्रोफिली. The pollen grains of most water or of the water pollinator species have a mucilaginous covering to protect from wetting. ये जो seeds जो covering है, जो you can say pollen grains or the stigma, everything, they have a mucilaginous covering to protect from wetting. It doesn't get wet. It has some. It is a mucilaginous covering है इसके लिए they don't get wet. Not all aquatic plants use hydrophily. In most of the aquatic plants, such as water hyacinth, water lily, the flowers emerge above the level of water for entomophily or anemophily. Wind and water pollinator flowers are not very colorful and do not produce nectar. Wind and water pollinated flowers are not very colorful and do not produce nectar. Excuse me. And second type of agent is a biotic agent, that is, we'll say bees and butterflies, flies, beetle, bats, and small birds, hummingbirds, bats, etc. Okay. Even rodents, leopards, reptiles, etc. Okay. And pollination by insects is called as entomophily. Pollination by insects is called entomophily. Particularly bees is more common. You have heard, right? बहुत साल पहले, or no, I don't know, maybe बहुत साल पहले or 1 or 2 years back, the bees are going to extinct. Therefore, we humans will get extincted soon. Why? Why they were saying like that? Because the bees are the one which helps in pollination. Pollination है तो flowers produce होंगे. Flowers produce होंगे तो seed produce होंगे. Isn't it? Then only the trees, plants, everything will be surviving, isn't it? If bees are not there, then there are no, and there is no environment then. So that is why bees play a very important role over here in pollination. So often flowers of animal pollinated plants are specifically adapted for a particular species of animal. So features क्या है insect का pollinated flowers में? They are large, colorful, fragrant, rich in nectar. So to attract such kind of insects or the pollinating agents, they are like colorful, different colors of, that means flowers के different colors है, fragrance है, बड़े है, so that they can see. Nectar and pollen grains are the floral rewards for pollination. Small flowers. Nectar मतलब the sugar thing, what they, the bee sac में क्या लेके जाते हैं? The sugary thing they take it, right? That is called as nectar. Small flowers form inflorescence to make them visible. Inflorescence मतलब inflorescent color बोलते हैं ना? What do you say? Nice colors, bright, very bright colors. So small flowers, if the bees can't see, or small agents, biotic agents can't see, the small flowers form inflorescence to make them visible. The flowers pollinated by flies and beetles secrete foul odors to attract these animals. The pollen grains are genetically sticky. Yeah, we are coming closer to the chapter. To the chapter today's day. So when animal comes in contact with the anthers and stigma, its body gets pollen grains. When it comes in contact with the stigma, it results in pollination. So animals में क्या है? Some plants provide safe place such as for a reward to lay eggs. Amorphophallus. It is the tallest flower of 6 feet. A moth species and the plant yucca cannot complete their life cycle without each other. The moth deposits its egg in the locule of the ovary. The flower gets pollinated by moth. The larvae comes out of the egg as seeds start developing. You know, they complement each other, moth species and the plant yucca. Many insects consume pollen or the nectar without bringing about pollination. लोग खा जाते हैं शायद. They are called as pollen robbers. लोग चोरी करते हैं nectar नहीं तो pollen का. There are many insects consume pollen and nectar without bringing any pollination. So they are called as pollen or nectar robbers. And this is the last topic for today. The devices promoting cross-pollination. Unisexuality, dichogamy, hercogamy, self-sterility, heterostyle. Unisexuality में क्या है? Monoecious gland and dioecious gland. Dichogamy में क्या है? Protandrous and protogynous. ठीक है? So dichogamy मतलब it is based on time. Dichogamy two types है, protandrous and protogynous. Why are they said protandrous? It's based on time. इसमें छोटे handwriting में मैंने लिखा है time. इसमें andrecium, the male part of the flower, comes first before than the female part. That is protandrous, and protogynous matlab the female part comes first than the male part of the flower. That is protogynous. Okay, and based on position, this is based on dichogamy is based on time. ठीक है, and पहला male part आ गया और इसमें पहला female part आया, and this is based on time. There is something which is based on position, that is hercogamy and heterostyle. So we will see थोड़ी slides से we'll cover it. So hermaphrodites flowers can undergo. We are talking about outbreeding devices. This means devices promoting cross-pollination. So these flowers undergo self-pollination or again. Continued self-pollination results in inbreeding depression. To avoid self-pollination and encourage cross-pollination, there are some devices in plants. Okay. And they are avoid synchronization. Here the pollen is released before the stigma becomes receptive, or stigma becomes receptive before the pollen of release of pollen. Arrangement of anther and stigma at different position. So इसमें कहाँ गया? Arrangement of anther and stigma at different positions. इसमें क्या है? Avoiding synchronization, मतलब time के बारे में बोला. मैंने बोला था ना, time, dichogamy, time, protandrous and protogynous. इसमें क्या आएगा? पहला androecium, मतलब female part पहला आएगा. Time पहला आएगा, उसके बाद ही female आएगा. And protogynous में पहला कौन आएगा? Gynoecium. Female part of the flower will come first, and then only the male part. That is called as dichogamy. This is what they are talking. That is, where is it? Avoiding synchronization. Matlab, they should not come on same time. Here the pollen is released before the stigma becomes receptive, or stigma becomes receptive before the pollen, release of pollen. Arrangement of anther and stigma at different positions. Third is self-incompatibility, that is self-sterility करके एक है. So it is a genetic mechanism to prevent self-pollen from fertilization by inhibiting pollen germination or pollen tube growth in the pistil. It is a genetic mechanism to prevent self-pollination from fertilization by inhibiting pollen germination, stopping the pollen tube growth or stopping the pollen germination in the pistil. To avoid what? To avoid self pollination, to avoid autogamy. We are avoiding what? We are encouraging cross pollination and discouraging self pollination. Okay, that is self incompatibility, which is also called as self sterility. And the next one is production of unisexual flowers. If male and female flowers are present on the same plant, that is monoecious, example castor and maize, it prevents autogamy but not guillotinogamy. In dioecious plants, example papaya, male and female flowers are present on different plants, dioicy, this prevents both autogamy and guillotinogamy. Matlab, it is same. We are talking about the same things. That is what? Unisexuality. Monoecious plant and dioecious plant. This is what they are talking. Production of unisexual plant. Male and female present the same plant, monoecious plant. Prevents autogamy but not guillotinogamy. Self-pollination के अंदर आता है ना ऑटोगैमी एंड गियोटिनोगैमी. ऑटोगैमी प्रिवेंट करेगा बट नॉट गियोटिनोगैमी. गियोटिनोगैमी मतलब क्या? ट्रांसफरिंग ऑफ वन पोलन grain to another and to another stigma of the same plant. Different flower but on the same plant. In dioecious plant, example papaya, male and female are present on the different plant. Dioicy, this prevents both autonomy and guillotinogamy. Matlab, they prevent autogamy and guillotinogamy. Matlab, it will encourage cross pollination. Okay, this is the example for what? Unisexuality के अंदर आता है monoecious and dioecious plant. This is what they talked in point number D, production of unisexual plant. And dichogamy, Protanthus and Protogamous में टाइमिंग के बारे में बोल रहे हैं. Here I have mentioned time, dichogamy time. ठीक है, that is what they are saying in avoiding synchronization. Synchronization मतलब एक साथ जाना, and avoiding synchronization मतलब avoid coming on time. Okay, that is avoiding synchronization. That is dichogamy. And hercogamy, heterostyly, that is based on positions. Let me see what I can say about this. They are like heterogamy matlab mechanical, it has a mechanical structure barrier, you can say. Heterogamy matlab, ठीक है, it has a mechanical or a structural barrier. In some flowers, the pollen of a flower cannot reach a stigma of the same flower. For example, a hood covering. A hood covering the stigma acts as a mechanical barrier. उसका एग्जाम्पल क्या है? पैंसी, तो वायोला. इसका एग्जाम्पल है पैंसी, तो वायोला. इट इज हैविंग अ मैकेनिकल बैरियर. किसमें? हेरकोगैमी में. इट इज हैविंग अ मैकेनिकल बैरियर. And whereas in heterostyly में क्या है? In such flowers, the stigma and anthers grow at different height, which does not favor self-pollination. Example, primrose. Heterostyly. Hercogamy position में क्या है? एक barrier है. Mechanical barrier is there in hercogamy. Heterostyly में position क्या है? Where such flowers, they grow at different heights, which does not favor self-pollination. So we are trying our level best to avoid self-pollination and encourage cross-pollination. The device is promoting cross-pollination. ठीक है, we are encouraging cross-pollination and discouraging self-pollination. उसके examples है ये सब. यूनिसेक्सुअलिटी में मोनोइशियस, डायोइशियस. डाइकोगैमी में प्रोट्रांथस, प्रोटोगैनस. हर्कोगैमी में क्या है? मैकेनिकल बैरियर इज देयर ऑन स्टिग्मा. वो मैकेनिकल बैरियर को क्या बोलते हैं? हुड बोलते हैं. हुड. And self sterility, that means what? They don't produce slide कहाँ गया? Self incompatibility. Self sterility में क्या है? It prevents self pollen from fertilization by inhibiting pollen germination. It stops pollen germination or stops pollen tube growth in the pistil. That is self sterility, sterile होना. And heterostyle मतलब height difference. ठीक है, पोजीशन लिखा है. पोजीशन में क्या है? बैरियर है, मैकेनिकल बैरियर है इसमें. और हेटेरोस्टाइली में एक मेल छोटा है, फीमेल बड़ा है. ये किस में देखा हम लोग ने? हम लोग ने पानी में देखा था, इन वाटर एजेंट. करेक्ट?
Yes, ma'am.
या बोरिंग था लेक्चर? हाउ वाज इट?
It was nice,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
good.
But too
Nice.
much of information, right? You have, I'll share the slide. Like how you guys do? How teachers share the slide with you all?
Ma'am, like none of the teachers, like right now, teachers using PPTs, like they write on a paper or on board. So we get the board work after the lecture, but then you can share this PDF with us.
Okay, I should. Acha, teachers send their the video of it. You're saying?
No, ma'am, the lecture already recorded, so we get it on the so we get these videos on the YouTube. But the notes
see.
and the written part, like the PDF, teachers normally make and send.
Okay, okay, okay. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. I'll send you via what? Gmail है आप लोगों का और what? How is it?
Ma'am, on the WhatsApp group.
Official group.
WhatsApp group. Okay, okay, ठीक है. On the group itself I'll share them. ठीक है. इसके
Yes,
पहले का जो है एंड्रोशियम वो भी शेयर करती हूँ और गाइनेशियम का एंड पॉलिनेशन एंड इट्स टाइप वो भी शेयर करती हूँ. ठीक है. I have not included
Thank
them in
you,
the
ma'am.
slide. I'll be sharing with you all. ठीक है.
Yes, ma'am.
So take rest.
Yes. Thank you,
Have a
ma'am.
great.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye. Thank you.